Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name is Austin. So we're gonna be going to deep spoilers for Uncharted. I already have a spoiler-free review on the channel. Well, at this time of this recording, it's not, but it should be already up. So me and Evan are gonna go into spoilers here. Talk about things I couldn't really talk about. I didn't really go into the about the villain in my free review because I didn't really know how to speak of him. Really, I also kind of forgot the actor's name, but. So we'll talk about more about him and get but so honestly the movie starts out pretty well. I was like, okay, this is actually really good so far. But then as soon as they start, start the clue hunting stuff, I'm like, this is just stupid. This is like, okay. So the one things I've said in my review is that they say that this stuff is 500 years old, but there's like a club going on down literally the on the other side of the wall. I
I
and there's
mean,
and there's
yeah, I don't know.
and there's Home Depot lights with pipes. So I there the screenplay the screenplay is dumb. It dumb. I That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, the opening scene, I thought it was cool because it was kind of like taking after most of the video games where it starts off pretty much in the climax.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, like kind of rising action, not to spoil anything for the video games, but then it like goes back in time to just
Yeah,
Nate and Sam.
which we should talk about. So we find out in at the third, I believe it's the third game, that Nathan Drake is not his real name.
Hmm.
I, so here they call us they Sam calls him William at the beginning.
Hmm.
It doesn't make any with no context. So
Yeah.
it's like, wait, William? Who the fuck is William? It's like the movie feels like it's just a series of scenes, and I say
Hmm.
just that they took from the game and just plopped it in the movie. It's like, hopefully the people that played the game go see it. It's not like they thought about the other perspective from new audiences at all, because
Hmm.
I I think, I if you haven't played the games, like I said, you would definitely enjoy it. And that's how it is. Like the audience scores are like, it's like a 90%. It's like, I believe the last time I checked was 88%. So it's like, all right, that's good. We're definitely going to get a sequel. I don't know how much it's making at the box office right now. But at least my second viewing of it, the auditorium was somewhat empty. But I also saw it at
Hmm.
4 o'clock in the day. So
Yeah. Yeah, when I
uh,
went, it was just like opening night around I think 7:30. It was, I'd say it was like 75% full,
mm,
so not very good for opening night, I'd say.
I mean, I don't, and I can, like I said in my review, I understand why they go with Tom Holland. Honestly, he's the best part of the film. He's holds it up. You
Hmm.
can see that he's definitely trying. Everyone else
Hmm.
is what's bringing him down. It's like Mark Wahlberg, he's doing his fucking happening impression, and it pisses me off. It's
No,
like
I
he's
actually think Mark Wahlberg fit pretty well. I think he played a really good what's his name?
silly.
I can't even think of it. Yeah.
No, no. Mark Wahlberg's no. I maybe the post credit scene, because it looks like he actually trying. It's like, all right, this is only one scene. I'll give my shot. It doesn't make any it doesn't. He has no expression on his voice or on his face throughout the whole entire movie. Like he's like, Nate, are you okay? It's like, okay, good. All right, we can move on then. It's like, why do you need to have a joke every 5 seconds? It's like there's no tension in the movie, and like you can throw logic out the window because the games have no logic. So it's like, all right, expect no logic in the movie, because Nathan Drake's getting hit by cars and falling thousands of feet out of the air and hitting the water with no consequences. Maybe throughout the
Yeah,
movie,
exactly.
it's like, or something like, but the only one scene that you see that in is at the beginning, where they're doing it's sort of this heist that's from Uncharted 4, that they need to get this cross, and the villains are there, and so they kind of get an encounter, and next there's this big guy Tom Holland goes for a punch and actually gets knocked on the ground and he's like, ah, and like in pain. Like that's the only one time that you see it, but it's for a joke. It's not for like the tension.
Yeah.
So the movie's going for more entertainment than suspense or whatever, which is what the game does both. It has its suspense, it has its tension, it has its comedy. It does everything right, but this movie just can only do one, because you know why? Because they go for the director that did Venom.
Yeah, I think it would have been interesting to see if they would have taken that like same characters and same setting from Uncharted. They tried to change up just like the whole, I don't know, overall tone of the story. I think it would have worked a little bit better if it was more serious rather than just goofy, because I know Uncharted's goofy, or like most of the time it's like pretty lighthearted, but then other times it does get pretty serious. But I feel like for it to work in like a movie setting, it would have to take itself a little bit more seriously to, I don't know, just
like they're talking about
feel
Sam,
more
because
realistic.
Sam dies off screen. But they do it for a joke. Like they play it off for like, because it's supposed to be a tense moment, but with like, you know, Mark Wahlberg's happening, it's like, am I supposed to be taking this serious? Or like, that's why I don't really like him in this movie, because it's the way that his voice was coming off. It's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be taking this moment serious or what. And so, but yeah, I mean, like, so that so then we go then Chloe, which I don't know the actress's name. I have no idea.
I can look it up.
But
it's Sophia Taylor-Alley.
Okay. I think she's new as well. I don't think I've seen her in anything.
Let's see.
But she's okay, I guess. But the one thing that the movie does like constantly is the backstabbing, and it's mostly her character with having trust issues, and it's just like, why like, I understand, because Uncharted games have the backstabbing, stuff that goes on with it, but I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. The Uncharted games have like the backstabbing theme going throughout the games, but it's not like every 10 minutes. Like Chloe's like in the first scene that we see her in, she steals a cross somehow. We don't know how she does it. When it's in
didn't even touch him.
No, it's in his fucking bag and probably at the bottom of it. And so it's like, how if we saw it like hanging out or something, because make him like an idiot or something. Because
you think someone as experienced as him with like pickpocketing and just stealing in general,
he would feel
it, or he would just store the cross in a better place.
Another thing, the first thing that we see him in, he steals this lady's bracelet, which I don't know how she doesn't feel it. I don't know how pickpocketing works. I don't do it, but I would feel like you would be able to see a guy take that bracelet or feel it coming off your wrist. Logic.
I mean, they would feel it, but they're more distracted on, like, because he was entertaining
his
her,
abs.
he was like, yeah, he was just like, oh.
There was a workout scene in this movie. It had no purpose. It's like Tom Holland's been working out so hard, so let's give him that scene. But yeah, so, and like he criticizes Sully when they meet for like, you know, trying to hire him for trying to steal gold, but literally 2 seconds ago he pickpockets someone. It makes no, like, it doesn't make any sense. And that's what brings like, and that's what, you know, like some of that stuff I can let go, but when you just pile it on, it's like, okay, this is just ridiculous, and now you can't forget about it. And so, but yeah, Chloe steals, like, she somehow steals the cross. We get this cool chase scene. The part where Tom and Mark run into each other is funny, I guess. But again, no chemistry. I don't feel really any chemistry until like the third act and like 5 minutes left of the movie. And it's that post-credit scene, which we'll talk about later. But so, yeah, but then literally 10 minutes later, they're at this church. Tom Holland's like, oh, look what you look, drawing a tree on church. It's the same place. Like, that is the dumbest clue ever. It's like,
okay, but to be fair though, Uncharted That
But
game,
but but it
those
doesn't
games do have
yes, but
clues
they
like
do
that.
it on old, but it's not like a modern building. That is a modern church
Mhm.
right there. And this and the thing that they're looking for is directly underneath of it with a freaking party going on and a bar scene and all that. And it's like you're telling me no one's been down here for 500 years, and
Mhm.
but we have Home Depot lights and pipes going through. So you're just telling me the thing that you need is on the other side of this wall. They just stopped right here. It's like, yeah, we don't need to keep going. I like, okay,
Yeah.
sure. Um, but then they find this map. It leads them to another place, which is even dumber. Um, we'll get to why it's even dumber. But it's just like, but then Chloe betrays them because she doesn't trust Sally, even though she trusts Nate, sort of, but doesn't. It doesn't. Her mind thinking doesn't make any sense because she likes Nate for no reason. Doesn't make any sense. There's no chemistry between them. But she knows nothing about Nate besides he's Sam's brother. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I think she played the games. I think that's why she likes him. Maybe I don't know. But so then she portrays Nate and Sully, and so Sully comes out with the truth, like, oh yeah, your brother's dead, and I left him. Sully in this movie is a fucking dick. He's an ass,
Hmm.
and which in the games, yes, he sort of is, but he has a respect. He has like a line to him, and he has respect to him. He doesn't.
Hmm.
We never really see young Sully, but from the Sully that we see in the games, I don't buy that this Sully would do. Yes, he will stab people in the back, but it's like for a different reason. It's not for like, oh,
Hmm.
I do it. I'm doing it because I just want the gold.
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely more on the side with the Drakes where he likes the adventure and would rather walk
But
away with
yeah,
memories instead of just.
no, Drake in the games, he doesn't care about the gold. He
Mhm.
doesn't. So,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was saying.
Sully does. But he does it, which Sully kind of is in the games, but he doesn't just be a dick for no reason, and like
Hmm.
he has no morals to himself. And so, but yeah, there's a Papa John's fight with him, which makes absolutely no fucking sense. But
That
okay,
was that was an okay scene.
I mean, like, and they're supposed to be and they're apparently they had this villain character, which becomes revealed later on that she's the actual villain in the movie, which is awful stupidity because she is the worst villain ever in a movie, which Uncharted is known for not having great villains, but she's at the bottom of the barrel of those. Every villain
Yeah.
is way better than her. I need to look up that who's the actor of the villain. I forget his name, but he was before because they kill him off later on, which is the most blunt.
Antonio Banderas and
Antonio
his name
Banderas. Like,
Santiago
mhm.
something.
Yeah, like that is the most like cleanest cut on a throat ever. Like it's just a black line on his, like no blood or anything. Like it's PG-13. You can get away with one scene of it, just like like him.
Yeah, I actually
But
I
then they're
walked
like,
away at that part because I had to go to the bathroom, and when I
it,
came back, I was just like, "Why is he not in the movie anymore?"
I mean, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make a big difference. But then, like, all the men are like, if that was me, I'm like, bitch, that's my paycheck right there. He's the one with the money. What? But apparently, they do technically work for her, but he's the one that's paying her to pay them. So it doesn't make any sense for her to kill him off. I guess she did it because she felt betrayed of him hiring Chloe, which I don't know how he knows Chloe with Chloe knowing there's just like there's so much stuff that you have to let go to make this movie top tier, but you can't.
Mhm.
You can't let certain like the physics I can let go. Certain scenes with Nate getting flamed out of an airplane I can let go. But when it comes to stupid writing, it's like, okay, all right, you're not trying at this point. You're just trying. This definitely is like a money grabber, and they're trying to
Mhm.
definitely 100% going for a sequel, which I'm fine with. I usually have a different mindset for this. Like, do it fucking first right.
Mhm.
But I think it's because it's Uncharted, and I want to see more game adaptations, and hopefully that because I want them to be good. That's why I'm sort of being easy. I was easy on the first Venom movie. I thought it was entertaining and fun, but it wasn't Venom. So it's like, okay, you know what? They're gonna do Carnage for the sequel. It's gonna be a little bit more serious. No, they do the same shit. So if you do this,
Mhm.
if you do the same thing for the sequel and it's just fast ass writing, then I'm gonna be pissed. So um
I think the second one does have a lot more potential though, since
from
they've
the
kind of laid
post
out most of the
well the post credit
groundwork.
scene
Yeah.
the post credit scene holds a little bit more. It has more value. It feel
Hmm.
that's like, oh, you give us like a 5 seconds of Uncharted right there. Would have or see that movie. But okay. But then so we come to the third act, which people complain about, oh, this is just a huge CGI fest. Aren't most movies are now these days? It's like that's not an argument. And it's like because I like it's like, okay, that looks good. Like the CGI in this movie looks amazing. It's like,
Not really, no.
well,
The
like in certain parts, yes, you can tell. But like when he's like on the cargo stuff, like that looks good. But when he's falling, it's like, and next when they're
that
like
was terrible.
when Nate's like lands on the car, she kicks the door open. She's like, "What are you doing? What?"
That makes no sense.
You would be going flying for one, it because you see the door going flying. It's like you would be
Yeah.
sucked out. And next, everyone else, and even in the plane, like everything starts getting sucked out. It's like, wouldn't all those people as
Yeah, how
well?
does he jump back onto the plane?
Well, it's Fast and the Furious. I mean, but like even that, I
No,
can.
no, no.
But even that, I can like allow somewhat of him, because physics don't exist. But when you're on a falling vehicle and you decide to kick the door open while going
First of all, how can you even kick a door out like that? How does it just break off like
to
that?
win, I don't know. I don't know.
No,
But then they're
no.
laying down on the one of the cargos. It doesn't matter if you pull the parachute. If you hit that, if you're going that fast into the water, your neck's broken.
Dude, they
You're
should have
dead.
gone from that to that.
I don't know, but whatever. Sure thing. Um, and but okay. So they go to this island where the everything is. We get a Nathan. It's not Nathan Fillion, but Nathan North. We get a Nathan North cameo who played
Hmm.
Nathan Drake in the video games, which is pretty cool. But they kind of break the fourth wall a little bit there. It's like, oh, I remember that happening to me once. It's like, so is there two Nathan Drakes in this universe? Like
Yeah,
that doesn't make any
multiverse.
it doesn't make any sense. Or is he just playing a different character? It's like, oh yeah, I was once a treasure hunter, and that happened to me once. It's like, oh, okay, cool, dude. But so, I mean, here, you take this because I feel like this is where I get just a little bit too pissy because I find this part stupid.
Okay, yeah, so they just landed in the water after the ship, and then they okay, I don't know how this, like, okay, we didn't talk about this one scene. Well, you didn't talk about it, but Chloe she's explaining like where they're gonna go to find the treasure. She's like, well, I actually overlaid the maps because the old technology just doesn't work here. So she like overlaid the maps. I had no idea how that was even possible.
But they have phones. What do you mean technology doesn't work? And Mark Wahlberg is literally, yeah, I'm just tracking this whole time on my phone. What do you mean technology doesn't work?
Well, there's like that scene where she's just overlaying the maps. She's like just does it so seamlessly. Like, how would you even go about
Like
doing that?
yeah, again, the clues in this movie are bad. I don't know
It
who
was it was
wrote this.
terrible. It was sloppy.
I
But
don't know who
anyways,
wrote this. Like it better not be like the BVS writers. Uh
but Chloe and Nathan go to their hotel or whatever to figure out more clues to where they could find the treasure.
I
And
thought this
then
was stupid.
yet Nathan still trusts Chloe after she put a
Well,
gun to his
well,
head and
before
said,
that,
"Don't trust
well,
her."
before that, he takes the cross because he's like, oh yeah, he starts realizing, oh, Sam's postcards have clues to them, which makes no fucking sense and stupid. So, but he thinks of like puts the crosses on the map, and next they go, phew. It's like, oh, I gotta go there, but they could have literally pointed to anywhere else. It's like, how'd you know that that was the spot? So,
yeah, no, they could have like lined up like right here or like right there. I don't know, man.
But yeah, I mean, like next he writes a fake coordinates on paper to have Chloe go somewhere else and just disappear throughout the whole entire third act. When really he didn't even have to write anything down. He's like, oh yeah, I know where it is. I'm gonna go to bed now. Instead of screwing over.
Yeah, he could have just left. I don't know why he didn't.
Well, no, he could
just try to get a head start.
Well, like he tried. He's like Chloe, and then she realizes he's sleeping, and he's like, I'm just gonna screw this woman over. But it doesn't make any sense. He didn't have to write anything down. He doesn't even need the coordinates. He knows where the map. He knows where it is on the map. He doesn't need any coordinates. And so it doesn't make any sense. He could have been just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to bed, and I'll tell her in the morning.
And also the entrance to like the ships, the treasure. It's this giant cave, and it took him like I don't know, like 10 minutes to swim.
Yeah, and it's a tourist island. It's a fucking tourist island, and you're telling me that no explorers came upon this?
Exactly.
I watched like Sam and Colby. They find so much. You know who Sam and Colby are, right? They find so much random stuff while they're exploring. If they were on this island, they would have found this.
Oh yeah, no. Like, how have there been no, like, just casual divers just swimming around like, whoa, cool cave. Whoa, look, tunnel. Whoa, treasure, ships. Whoa.
Yeah, but then there's this convenient big hole that fits 2 ships out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Why did there even need
and I don't even know how they can pick up those ships.
I feel like they were in the writing room. It's like, okay, we need a Nathan North cameo. So how are we gonna do this? Well, we can have him just laying on a beach somewhere. It's like, okay, all right, we're gonna put that? Well, we can have that in the third act where our stuff is. Just make it easy, shoot one day and get it over with. It's like they thought about like the big action, like the big pieces first before they wrote out the story. It doesn't make any sense. And so, which this is what we see in the trailer, and I thought I was going to hate it. I said this is my reaction. I was like, this is going to be like the dumbest part of the movie, but it's actually the most entertaining part in the movie. So that what they do, they somehow, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to probably need these helicopters to take out ships somehow. I mean, like, we don't know. And we're going to have all these guys work for me after I killed their boss. Like, she has like probably like 2 guys working for her. But then the whole
she was hired on as like an asset.
Yes.
But then after she just killed their leader, they're just like immediately loyal to her now. What?
Yeah. Like, they give that stupid nod. It's like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
And like there's like a scene of like when they're like when the pirate ships are flying, there's like a big dude that goes. It's like, okay, I get that's in the video game.
Okay. But I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but the last scene where they're like where Nathan's about to shoot the cannonball at the helicopter and they're flying straight ahead.
It makes no sense. Each other. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. The guy's like, are you gonna ram them in and actually screw everyone over? Like,
no, but then the pilot, he's holding a gun.
Oh yeah,
he's holding a gun. What is he gonna be doing with the gun?
I'm gonna shoot you through this window here. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and she when she realized that that they're stealing one of their ships, she just doesn't like, all right, well, you know what, you earn it. She's not like Nadine from Uncharted 4 where where she's like, I want the treasure, but she has like morals. She's like, you know what, Sam earns it more than you, Rafe, because he actually is like doing the work. It's like she doesn't like, there's no morals for any of these characters. You don't care about anyone besides probably Tom Holland. And so, but then she doesn't decide to lay her ship down onto this boat that is conveniently there, then go after them. But no, she's
take half the treasure, like dump all of your load so you can go like 5 times faster than him.
Yes, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like it's
No,
stupid.
let's have a cool scene with ships.
Like maybe before that, and like so when they're trying to get out, it's like, oh, like when they're like in the cave system, it's like, oh shit, he's taking one of our. Well, fucking hurry up, then we need to get on, and like and like that makes more sense. Like
racing to the ship.
Yeah, like Doctor
instead of racing away from the ship.
Doctor writing, like they doctor script. Is it script doctoring? Doctoring script? No, I think it's script doctoring. Like they don't have any of that. They have none of that. It's stupid. Like literally someone needed to read the script, like, okay, maybe if we change this, like, no, fuck you. It's like, oh, okay then. Well, but it's a cool climax though. It's cool.
I just like, it's one of those movies that's like, just money grab. Oops. We're just gonna forget about it. But I do think the second one, if it does get approved, which it probably won't, based on what it's doing.
No, it will. It will 100% will. And people, if you look at, because IMDb is giving it like a 7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes.
I did see the Rotten Tomatoes.
Critics for Rotten Tomatoes hate it. They legit hate it, but audience are loving it. So audience will.
I'm honestly glad the audience like it.
Yeah, I do like that, because I think critics go hard on everything. But
no, it's not true.
Well,
they go so easy on Marvel movies, bro.
No, they don't.
Let's look.
See what they did to
Captain Marvel.
Did you see what they did to Eternals? They shit on that movie.
Well, because that movie was terrible.
So it was a lot of movies.
Wait, did you like Captain or Eternals?
No, I gave it like a C plus. I don't even own it, but like this movie I would own, because it's like, all right, you know what? I had some fun with it. I might put it on like while I'm working or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely one of those like lighthearted movies that you just like to have on in the background, but it's not special by any means.
Mm-hmm. But no, it will definitely get a sequel. Like Sony's already planning. I guarantee Sony's already planning on it. And this is like PlayStation's like first movie, so people will go less hard on it, at least when it comes to audience. Mm-hmm. And like I did like the intro at the beginning with the PlayStation intro. I was like, oh, okay, that was cool. Like Marvel stuff. But
yeah, that is true. It is their first movie, so I guess we could give them a little grace for that.
But if they come out with when they come out with God of War, and if that's shit, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. And next if that Last of Us show, which is delayed now.
Oh no!
If that's shit, I'm losing it. Like
delayed till 2024. Did you see that?
It's 23.
No, 24.
No, it's 23. I'm the one that sent the link. If it's 24. No, it's 23.
No, there's a new article out. It's 24.
I'm gonna look this up. But so but yeah, Chloe comes at the end of the movie, which is she just looks up to you bastards. It's like you're just an idiot. You're just an idiot. You're just dumb.
I don't want her coming back. I really don't.
No, give me Elena. They're meant to be together anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish they went a little less on the characters so that you could have more scenes with Nathan and Sully. I just felt like Chloe was getting in the way between Sully and Nate's just interactions with each other, and it just felt like the whole movie she was just that one character that you're like, okay, can you just please leave?
It says 23. Fuck you. But yeah, like
Chloe had some purpose in the plot, but I think overall, if she wasn't a character, the movie would have been a lot better off, because you would have had.
We don't need a love interest in the first one either. She's meant to be a love interest, but it's like there's no chemistry between any of them. Zero.
Yeah, no, it was done terribly, and it just like kind of ruined the pacing a little bit, I think, just because I don't know, she just like betrayed them at the weirdest time, like at the end of like Act 2.
But she didn't understand it was like between Act 2. It was like in the middle of it. And she had no evidence. She had no more evidence though. She had zero. If it was like at the end, Like that would like because there's a twist in the second one where she's sort of like working with the villain, but she isn't. Like if that was here, but in like in the third act, it's like I can't trust you. Like the things that we were going through with Sully, like yeah, I can't trust him, I can't trust you. Like if there was more if they didn't do the review of she was working for him in the second act and saved it for like the third act and kept him alive or something like
Hmm.
that, it would have been a lot better and kept and have more conflict with her and Sully because they're not on good terms. If there was
Hmm.
that, it was like, yeah, sure. I believe your betrayal. I honestly really do because Sully is a dick. Um, it, script doctoring, not that hard. Just ask someone's like, hey, read my script. Tell me what you think.
I mean, yeah, is it what we expected of this movie? I
Sort
mean,
of.
yeah.
I sort of did, but I was hoping that it was at least um not. I don't think this movie is an insult. What's I've seen insults. This is not an insult, and people take this all like there's reviews out there like okay, you're going a little bit too hard on the movie. Like I feel like
Hmm.
you're going a little bit too hard. Like if you want to insult me, go watch Matrix Resurrection. Go watch
Oh no.
go watch
Oh
355.
no.
Go watch Moonfall. Like you know how many movies I fucking see a year? I know
Oh never.
I know what's awful. Home Sweet Home Alone was fucking terrible. Like that's it.
Oh.
That's an insult. You guys, like this is
Oh.
definitely not a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is 100%.
Why did they decide to make the character British in that?
I don't know.
Why? Why did they feel the need to make him British?
I don't know. But yeah, all right. What would you give Uncharted?
I would give it a 75. It was what I expected it to be, nothing more, nothing less. But I I don't want to be too hard on it. I don't want to be like negative and just give it a D. I
Mhm.
think it definitely deserves a C, maybe a C plus.
You can like you can easily tear this movie apart, like, but that's with any movie though. But
Hmm.
depend like you can't do that with Dark Knight or Jurassic Park or anything like that. But
Yeah, overall though, it's not a bad movie.
mm,
It's there's like you said, there's just terrible movies out
I
there,
will.
and this is by no means bad.
And lately we've been getting fucking terrible movies. So this one's and after seeing this, it's like okay, all right, this is better what I've been seeing recently. So
Hmm.
um, yeah, I'll definitely get the 4K just to support it and hopefully to push it closer to getting the sequel. I might go see it again in theaters, but not alone. I'll probably hopefully I can bring friends.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah,
What would you give it?
I give it a
Or what
C
did you give it in
plus.
your other review? C plus, yeah.
Uh,
I'd say C plus is perfect
I
for
was
it.
like between a like I was talking to someone. It's like I give it a C plus or B minus, but that's like a stretch to a B minus. Like that's a huge stretch. It's like you would have to really ignore a lot of things to give it a B minus.
Hmm.
But yeah, go see Uncharted. I honestly do sort of recommend it, but bring friends.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
good movie just to hang out and
yeah, and
watch. I don't
honestly,
know.
there's nothing really out. Like Dogs Out.
Hmm.
I mean, like that's also a great movie.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was actually it was really good. But
Hmm.
that's more of an emotional ride. So if you want if so I recommend both of the movies. So if you want to see Dog, go see Dog. But if you want more of an entertainment side, and relax, Uncharted's your pick. And so yeah. And yeah. Hmm.
Sweet.
All
Wow.
right. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and like always, see you guys in the next review. Bye guys.